your face.
Like I said. Like I said. Like I said. Do you like my tail?
Like I said.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm joined, as always, by Lee Priest, who has officially started his transformation and has officially gone to the hospital for yet the 20th time this year.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. I blame you. It's my OCD kicking in, because I used to have OCD bad, but now I'm doing it all again. And that part of my brain's turned on.
Okay.
I have like 6 meals during the day, and I'm thinking about cooking them all in the first half an hour. And then I got all this other shit to do. So now it's like, it almost feels like when I was on Oxycontin years ago and I had those withdrawals. I'm as calm as hell. Then when I think about what I got to do today, I start breathing heavy. I got like crawling sensation under the skin. I start sweating. I'm like, oh, fuck,
why
here I go.
I know you have
attack.
OCD, but why do you have to do everything in the first 20 minutes that you're awake? Why can't you have the whole day ahead of you?
My brain thinks I do, and I can't turn it off. That's the thing. It's like, boom. It's like military mode all at once.
Yeah.
If I was going to attack a country, it's like I got to bomb it and overtake it all in 30 seconds. It's like,
I think that you surpassed Jimmy the Bull on your trips to the emergency room at this point for the year 2022 for sure.
yeah, I'm getting there. I've had that many blood tests. It's almost like I've donated blood.
Well, at least you got your cardiac CT scan done, so you're clear with that. Your vessels are good.
Yeah, my heart's okay. I'll just die from fucking stress.
Stress might kill you. That's for sure. Now today we have a special guest on the show. We have two special guests. We have Roger Matthews, who was originally on Jersey Shore, the original series. He was also married to JWoww. We're going to find out a little bit about what went on that. And then we have Shawn Bond, who's his partner in Thermo One, this new supplement they have coming out that's out. That's an energy. What is it, like an energy drink?
It's a thermogenic.
Okay. How many milligrams of caffeine in there? It's gonna.
So the big thing behind the Thermo One is one capsule a day. It's 300 milligrams for the original formula.
Gotcha.
200 milligrams for the female formula.
Gotcha. Okay. But you'll have to send. Don't send Lee any, because Lee will have a heart attack and go to the hospital.
No.
It'll probably cost you $1,000 to send it to Australia anyway. So.
Can you make me a good like hemp product? I'll take a good CBD product.
He needs like a Xanax like product. That's what he really needs.
Yeah, non-addictive one though, please.
No,
Not
that's
addictive.
Right. All right, let's cut to the chase. I watched the Jersey Shore. Matter of fact, I met what's her name, Snooki, when she was dating what's his name? What was that kid's name he was dating? I can't remember him. What was the name of her boyfriend at the time? Emilio?
Gianni?
Was it Emilio?
Oh, way back.
Oh, Amelia,
Yeah.
They were in the room next to me at the Arnold Classic. We were in the Hampton Inn, and she was right next door to me. And this was when I was, I think I was still with, at the time. No, I think we were just starting RxMuscle at the time. And so I met her, and so I kind of, hung out with them for the weekend. We had a good time. But so I watched the show, obviously, because of that back in the day. And you guys were like megastars back then. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I was kind of a weekend warrior on the show. I was really just a boyfriend. I wasn't a cast member,
Right.
but that's pretty much where I spent my weekends for a bunch of summers. And it was, people think it's so crazy and hectic and it's so nuts, but it really, I mean, if you take any crazy like seaside town or Ocean City, Maryland,
Right.
or Seaside Heights, I mean, they all kind of are like that, and you're taking the craziest wild times and you're putting it on TV. All the boring stuff gets cut. So
Right.
It looks a little crazier than it really is, but that's just normal living. You got about, I don't know, there's probably 10 blocks down there, and you stuff 30 bars and clubs into 10 blocks. It gets a little crazy, It's kind of like Mardi Gras.
I mean, was it weird, like going from like a normal guy to like becoming like a superstar like overnight?
Yeah, again,
Or at least
I don't
when
know if I
people
call
recognize you.
myself
People recognize you.
I don't know if
if
I call
you're a superstar.
myself a superstar. I sort of dated a superstar, but
Right.
In the reality TV world at least. But I'm a normal 9-to-5 guy. I work a normal 9-to-5 union job, and we call people that come from out of town and hit up our local area, we call them bennies. You know what I mean? And they're here all summer. They come down and they all have shore houses, and they come down to party and rage.
Right.
And the locals all call them bennies. But it was just the summer of 2010. I was out with some local buddies, and this girl walked into a club, and she was part of that scene, And
So you didn't even know who she was when you met her then, huh?
I didn't know who I had no clue. I had no clue she was even part of that scene, to be honest with you, because at that time they were just filming a pilot. They hadn't even been picked up, so it wasn't really that professionally even done. It was just kind of like cameras here and there, and she wasn't near any of the cameras. And she was wearing like a handkerchief for her top, and saw the boobs, and that was it for me.
Lee, did you ever watch Jersey Shore back in the day?
Yeah, I was over living in America when that was on, so yeah, I used to watch it. That seemed more like when those reality shows back then started, they were actually reality.
Yeah.
You watch them today, and it seems like every reality show now seems scripted, especially these Married at First Sight and all the other stuff. But back then, it actually seemed like it was reality. It seemed like they actually recorded what people were doing, but now it seems like cut, do it again, cut, do it again. It doesn't seem like reality anymore.
I agree with that.
Were you there when Snooki got punched in the face?
No, I came on the scene shortly thereafter. It was right before me. I think I met Jenny right before that scene, literally like the day before that scene happened, where Nicole was so drunk she couldn't find the beach. She's saying, "Where's the beach? Where's the beach?" She's walking on the boardwalk. I met Jenny like the day before that.
Wow. So. Were you amazed at like how much of a star the two of them became from that show? I mean, it really was crazy. There really was no other reality shows, I guess, so they were really the first,
Yeah, I mean, there was like The Real World. Right. There was the Tila Tequila. I don't know if you remember her.
Yeah.
There was some reality shows out before them, but this one kind of just went viral. Was I surprised? Yeah. I mean, but it was the perfect storm. It was the perfect storm. It was the perfect casting. It was the perfect setting, the perfect scenario, the right dynamic between the guests, and then you fuel that fire with a bunch of alcohol, and you take away cell phones, and they didn't have TVs in the house, no cell phones, they didn't even have pen and paper because they wanted everything to be interaction. They couldn't write each other notes or anything.
Yeah.
They wanted it all first-person interaction. So it was just kind of the perfect storm, man, and it worked out well for them. The most mind-blowing part of it is, we've been divorced for 3 years. Of course, we've got 2 children together, but the most mind-blowing part of it is that they're still doing it.
Are they really
still doing it?
They're still filming that show.
I didn't even realize that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's still on.
And is it still getting ratings?
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's so much out there now on TV, and there's so many reality TVs. Those rating days of 10 million views and 12 million views and 15 million viewers. I mean, those days are kind of over, I think. I think, those numbers just aren't there because TV is so diversified now, and there's so much content out there. It's kind of hard to get those numbers, but it's still pulling solid numbers as far as I know. I don't watch it because, it's I haven't been part of that scene in a while, but yeah, it's still going. And hey, listen, I'm not going to talk shit about it. It's going to put my kids through a nice college.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. Is she still making money, JWoww?
Yeah, she's still doing it. As far as I know, she doesn't really divulge her finances to me, but I'm sure she's a good businesswoman, so I'm sure she's doing all right.
Right. Yeah, well, definitely. I was going to say it's definitely going to help you finationally because if she's got some cash coming in.
My kids. If it might help her dig an 8-foot hole in the ground for me, but my kids are definitely.
Now, do you live near her? Do you guys still see each other?
Yeah, we're pretty close. We're about 45 minutes apart. She's a little north of me, but we have joint custody, so I get my kids all the time, and we have a good co-parenting relationship. So yeah.
You have a lot of followers, so you have over 1 million followers on Instagram. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I used to be a Twitter guy. I used to be on Twitter all the time, and then Instagram came out, and I kind of jumped over to Instagram, and I'm a simpleton. I can really only handle like one social media at a time. So I kind of abandoned my Twitter. I kind of play with it a little bit here and there, but I'm pretty much just Instagram. And I think I got like 1.6 million or something on there.
Now, why do you think so many people follow you? Is it because of by the overflow from her, or just because of the family stuff you got going?
Yeah, I mean, definitely because I was in the early days of Jersey Shore and they had huge numbers. So there's no question it came there, but I think I keep the numbers because I think it's people like the dynamic of I put a lot of dad content on there, and I think people like to see the interaction of me with the kids. So
Lee would have over 1 million followers too, but he keeps getting his account either hacked or canceled. Basically,
last time I got to 600,000, Instagram deleted my account. So
wow.
I can't. I just they don't like what I say half the time. Now, if I say the word fool, the other day I called someone a fool. Are you sure you want to post this? This goes against the guidelines. So I'm like, I can't even say the word. So, yeah, they took my whole account, and then my other one got hacked. and it's still out there. So I had to start a new one again. So now I'm back to 300,000 odd, but I'm like, fuck it.
Now you got to be verified, Lee, right?
I was on my original one. I keep getting things to verify this one, and I try get verification, and now they tell me I don't meet the criteria. I'm like, fuck it. Like,
He's
you get
better
the
off
people
not.
to try and.
Yeah, he's better off not being verified, so he can kind of float under the radar, you know, of Instagram.
It's mind blowing to me. I'm just some dude that dated a girl on a reality show, and I get verified, but a fucking legend like Lee Priest isn't. That's crazy.
Well, you got a million
I
followers.
always get those
followers,
messages where people say, "We can verify you, send money." I said, "Fuck off."
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
When I try and actually verify it through Instagram themselves, and I send my ID and I put in what I do and this and that.
Yeah.
We're sorry, you did not meet the criteria. I'm like, okay.
You know what?
Maybe I got to show
your
some boobs or something.
Yeah, I think your Instagram hasn't been around long enough. That's the problem. I think there's a time also. Even though you have a lot of followers, there might be like a year.
From my understanding of it, my management explained it to me way back then. You have to be current. You have to have like 4 or 5 articles in current publications that have been published in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months or whatever the criteria. You know, they want you to be very current, which I don't understand why.
Current? What do you mean by articles? You mean like YouTube videos and stuff?
Anything media related, I think. You know, anything
He's all
that
over
would
the
be.
place, Lee.
What's that?
Lee's all over the place.
I do 5 videos or 6 videos on YouTube a month, and I just did 2 articles for an online magazine. I still can't get verified.
I'm telling you, you're better off not getting verified, Lee. Don't even let them know you're even existing.
Yeah.
So when you go from this lifestyle where everyone recognizes everything you're doing, because when you're walking around with JWoww, and then you guys split, and I don't know what happened or anything. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about that, and you go back to more of an anonymous lifestyle. Do you feel like it's almost like a relief?
Yeah, for sure. Pressure's definitely less pressure for sure. You know, I had to make a choice. Obviously, we did have a very messy divorce. It was ugly. I mean, that's all in the past. It's all, you know, we're all well past that now. But you know, I had to make a choice. Am I going to continue to stay on social media? Am I continue to put myself out there, or am I going to pack it up, abandon everything, shut everything down? And you know, there was a while there where I didn't. You know, like I said, we did have a pretty messy divorce. So there was a while where I just kind of abandoned it, and I found it to be worse. I found it to be like, you know, people seem to be more judgmental. Like, you know, people want to know you're human. They want to know you're a human being. Right. They want to, you know, and so I post a lot of dad content. I do a lot of stuff with my kids. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I made that decision, and I decided to take the heat and take the criticism and stay on there. So. Right.
Lee, you had a lot of public splits with high-profile women.
Oh yeah.
How did you handle
the industry? Yes, but I just move on. You just got to move on. Who cares? It's like,
that's good advice, Lee. Where were you 3 years ago? Where were you 3 years ago?
Well, I don't know what reality girls are like in real life, but trust me, the fitness girls, when you date them, they're fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're nuts. Yeah.
I think the fitness industry combined with them taking hormones makes them really fucking nuts. And on a diet, couple of fitness girl, the drugs they take, their hormones, and having a period all at the same time. Yeah, it's like fuck that.
Yeah, true.
Was it hard, like, you know, because was your relationship strained because of the social media aspect of it, because of the TV, because of the celebrity aspect? What caused the most, I guess, friction?
I mean, I'm not sure. I think it was a culmination of things. You know, the show had gone away for a little bit. For a couple of years, it went away, and then when Milani was born, we had a little spin-off show. Mm-hmm. It's called Snooki and JWoww, where we were kind of neighbors. We lived next to each other and stuff. But it was very family orientated, you know. And that went 4 seasons. And then there was
I actually liked that show almost better than the Jersey Shore when it was Snooki and JWoww.
It was more wholesome. There was no partying, no drinking, none of that. It was more family. You know, the kids were little. Milani was just a baby. Right. Nicole and Johnny had, you know, their first. Right. And so, you know, that happened, and then Jersey Shore came back around for round 2, what they call now family vacation. Right. And I don't want to blame anything on the show. I mean, I obviously, you know, people are at fault, and it's how you work through things, but certainly added a level of stress. You know, I work a full-time job. She was gone a lot for filming that, so I'm at home. We did have a nanny that was there during the day while I was at work, but when I came home at night, I would have the kids and take care of the kids at night, and you know, it was an added level of stress for sure. I would not say that's what ruined us. You know, there was a lot of personal differences that we had there too, but it certainly didn't help it.
When you guys first started, I know you guys weren't making almost no money basically that first season. How much money were they making at the pinnacle? Like, you know, when they were at the top of the heap, so to speak.
So the first season they ever did, the season I met Jenny on, you know, she wasn't making any money. None of them got paid for that. The very first season, the pilot that got sold and MTV ended up picking up, they didn't get paid. They just rolled the dice and took a chance, and you know, they hit lightning in a bottle. What they started making after that, I don't know the exact numbers. You know, it was so much per episode, but they also had like a tier system, I think, where, you know, some of the reality stars on that show that were more popular, I think, got paid a little bit more. And it was sort of like what you brought to the table, but I don't know exact numbers. Certainly millions, definitely millions.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's great.
Did they also get, like in bodybuilding, if we do appearances, did they also get paid appearance fees to go places and turn up?
Lee, that's about the time I came on the scene was, you know, early 2010, 2011. Clubs were booking those guys like crazy. Yeah. They were.
What's an appearance? What would they charge for an appearance?
I can remember one weekend we did 3 different time zones in a weekend. I think Friday we did a club in Boston, then flew to Texas. Did a turnaround right from the club, went to the airport, flew to Texas, slept a couple hours, did like a car show during the day, and then flew to Vegas. That afternoon, did a club in Vegas. Oh my God! Then left there and went somewhere else on Sunday. It was crazy. It was man. But they used to make killer money doing appearances. Yeah. I don't think it's really that way anymore. I think there was a little more. You could get away with a little bit more back then. You know, it was 12 years ago, and I think a lot of places could do like little cash deals. I think they cracked down on that a little bit more. But yeah, they made a lot of money doing club appearances for sure. I was security.
That's all right. Someone's got to be security. You know, when I told you I had met Snooki that first year they were doing the show at the Arnold Classic, and then flash forward 5 years, and you know, I'd been doing Triple H's diet for a very long time. So he said, you know, we're having a press conference for WrestleMania in Manhattan. I think it was at the Hard Rock or something like that. He said, come down, you know, I'll get your press credentials and everything like that. So I came down there, and Snooki was in that WrestleMania. I don't know if you remember that one.
That's right.
And
I remember that. Yeah.
I was there, and I was interviewing John Cena and Triple H and all the rest. I couldn't get near Snooki. I mean, I would think, you know, and it was like she was a bigger star than they were. It was the craziest thing. There was like TMZ there. There was every gossip, you know, Entertainment Tonight. It was unbelievable.
One of the most mind-blowing things to me was, and I forget what college it was. It was definitely an Ivy League school. I think it was here in Jersey. It might have been Rutgers. I can't remember. Syracuse. I forget what school it was. Yeah. That's New York, I guess. But anyway,
maybe Princeton, I guess.
They're allowed so much a budget to pay somebody to come in as a guest speaker for their graduation. Let's just say the dollar figure was $50,000.
Right.
They picked Snooki to come and speak at the. I was like, that is fucking mind blowing. You imagine being a parent that paid, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to send your kids to school, and their commencement ceremony speaker is Snooki.
The only thing worse than Snooki could have been Lee Priest.
They'd be like having me to. They'd be like paying me to turn up and teach your kids sexual education.
Yeah, exactly. or Valentina.
It wouldn't turn out too well.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So I mean,
hey, listen, I'm not hating on anybody. Good for her. They're willing to write her a check. Good for her for doing it.
Yeah. Were you? I mean, you obviously got a good physique. I mean, were you bodybuilding during that time?
I don't know that I call it bodybuilding, but certainly I was. I moved down. I tell this story often. I moved down here from Maine. I was 22 years old. The closest gym to me in the little town I grew up in Maine was the YMCA. It was in Ellsworth, Maine. I lived in a little town called Cherryfield, so it was about a 45-minute ride just to get to the nearest gym, right? And so there was nobody in my town lifted or worked out. But I moved to Jersey. I just told this story recently. I moved to Jersey. And of course, like most of us are, we're attracted to a certain type of girl, right? I mean, obviously, everybody knows what my ex looked like. Yeah. You know, the big boobs, the whole 9 yards. Well, those girls, I saw what those girls were into. They were into the muscle-bound guys, the tatted-up guys. So I kind of had to recreate myself. So I moved here when I was 22, I think, and probably around the age of 25, 26. I joined my first gym, had no clue what I was doing, too proud or too maybe not too proud, but too shy, I guess, to ask for help. And I kind of just, probably the first year I wasted in the gym, not knowing what I was doing.
Right.
And then I just got with some guys that knew what they were doing and gave me some pointers. And I've been in the gym, an average, I would say, your average everyday lifter Monday to Friday since I was like 25 years old. So yeah.
Were guys back then at the Jersey Show, was there a lot of steroid use or anything like that you saw?
I cannot confirm or deny, but everybody at the Jersey Shore is on gear.
I knew I should have moved back east if the girls are into muscles and tattoos. And that when I lived in LA, the girls are into femboy skinny jeans.
You would have been a superstar there, Lee. You certainly would have been on Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
I should have moved back east.
Are you saying over in Australia that's what the girls are into?
Over here, I don't know. I think the girls now, because it's the new in thing, I think the girls now are into girls. I'm not sure if they're non-binary, gender fluid, whatever it is. I'm not it. maybe because I'm 50 now, I'm out of the age bracket. They're like, look at that old cunt.
The problem with you, Lee, was you don't drink or go out and party, so you would have been terrible over there.
Yeah, now that I've hit 50, I probably get looked at as a sugar daddy now. So.
Yeah. No, but back then you would have just he only likes to go to movies and eat popcorn. That's about it,
Oh, what's wrong with that? No. I can't even eat popcorn now. I'm on a diet, Dave. Thanks for bringing that up again. my anxiety's going to take off again.
Exactly. Where can people pick up this?
You know what? The doctor last night, he texted me as I was having a panic attack last night. I'm thinking he's like, go get some Phenergan. I'm like, Phenergan? He goes, yeah, get rid of that creepy skin crawling feeling, because that's what it feels like when I'm having a withdrawal from nothing. I said, if I was doing drugs now or doing something, I could understand why I'm having these shitty feelings, but fucking hell, last night I'm driving to the chemist, I'm fucking shaking, fucking sweating, almost crashing the car, thinking it's going to shut in 5 minutes. I've got to get there in time to get fucking Phenergan. I'm like, fucking.
I don't even believe you. When you sent me those pictures from the hospital bed, I said, oh, he's just breaking my balls. I couldn't believe you were in the hospital again.
Which is so weird, because when I was younger, I had a strong mind. Nothing bothered me. As I've got older now, as I said, my mind just feels like I'm trying to think of too much shit that I can feel the heart pounding. I'm like,
you know what it is, Lee?
Hell.
Too many people are dying in our industry, so you start to, almost absorb their energy.
That comes through my mind too, Dave. Don't you worry. As I'm driving to the chemist and I'm sweating and I'm thinking I'm going to crash the car, I'm like, I see it now. Dave on TV tomorrow. I got sad news. We've lost another one. Lee Priest, car accident. I'm already foreseeing this fucking thing. And now they're doing a new documentary on my life. And I've seen a few of the clips like Ed Connors, Denny Hester, Chris Cormier. I'm thinking, when this comes out, I bet I'll fucking die. This is going to be like one of those memoriam fucking videos where they're going to be talking about my life and I'm fucking dead.
No wonder you have panic attacks, man. You got to.
I know.
He's neurotic. He thinks about too many things at one time.
Oh, fucking terrible.
You got to start meditating, Lee, where you can just blank your mind of everything.
I wished I could. Well, I used to be able to do that when I was younger. Now it's like something's turned on in my head and I can't turn it off.
They say when you're meditating, what you do is if thoughts come into your mind, you have to almost like push them away and just pretend you're staring at a black screen.
Oh, thank you, Gandhi.
Yes, that was kind. And if that doesn't work, if that doesn't work, take a half a milligram of Xanax. I bet you guys use that at the Jersey Shore, right?
Actually, my doctor won't give me Xanax. He probably thinks I'll get addicted to it.
You ever just tried the oldest thing in the book and smoking weed?
Well, I would, but here we're pretty strict here when we have all these breath tests, when the cops pull you over. And as well as a breath test now, they do the tongue swipe for fucking THC and shit. Yeah,
wow.
So I'm going to try. A long time ago, I did have cannabis oil, which was THC free, which doesn't show up on drug tests, and that sort of helped me. So I'm going to maybe try get some of that. Yeah, but here we're pretty strict now when they do the pull over for breath testing. They sometimes have the drug fee in there, and they test for other drugs as well. Wow. So
back in the Jersey Shore, were there a lot of guys? Was alcohol bigger, or was there like ecstasy and that kind of stuff going on there, or everything?
I mean, it wasn't talked about, it wasn't seen, but I'm sure you're in Seaside Heights,
right?
In the 2010, 2015 era, everybody was doing shit. I think Molly was probably big back then.
I was gonna say, Dave, come on, you saw the show. There was some MDMA in that club somewhere.
Yeah. Again, I cannot confirm or deny, but it was probably.
Isn't it weird though when you look at TV now and you look at the clubs and kids now? No one goes out anymore. Everyone's on Instagram, just Instagramming all day long. No one does any. There's no night scene anymore.
Right.
It's horrible, man. These kids now, I almost feel bad for them. Because it's technology overload and they don't know how to handle it. And it's our fucking fault for giving it to them. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree. But you know what? The good thing about social media is that you can actually make a living never leaving your house if you want to. If you're a creative person and you want to put a lot of effort into your social media, you really can do your own thing and be your own boss.
The problem with that, Dave, is you're 100% right. But the problem with that is that everybody thinks they're a fucking superstar and they're going to.
Everyone thinks they're going to be Mr. Olympia too. But you know what? The best people rise to the top. That's all.
Every girl I know is an Instagram model. Every single one of them.
You're just giving me an idea. OnlyFans jacking off on Xanax. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna make millions.
Hey, have you?
Shawn would definitely subscribe to that.
Have you seen? You remember Bane, the guy? What's his name? Jeep Swenson.
Who is it?
You remember Jeep Swenson from back in the day? Played Bane in the original Batman movie.
Oh yeah.
He was 400 pounds. He was like 6'4". Lee, you knew him, right?
Yeah, it came down to me and him for that part as Bane.
I know.
And they chose him because Uma Thurman was taller, so he had to act beside her. So I missed out on the part. Thanks for bringing that up again, Dave.
I wanted to rub your face in a little bit. But also, have you seen his daughter on Instagram? Look,
no.
Tyler, pull up her page. Her page is Viking Barbie.
My God.
You know who
That's
she is?
His daughter?
That's his daughter.
Holy
Wait till you
shit.
see this. She's got like 15 million followers, I think. Too.
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly who that is.
Yep. If she even writes in her profile top, it says Bane's daughter. If you look at the top.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that crazy? She got 11 million followers. She's
That's
got an insane
insane.
body.
Damn.
She's dirty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Told you I'm going to go get breast implants. I'm going to.
She's hardcore. I like it. But
So what she actually do? Is she just like influencer? She doesn't do, or does she do something else?
She doesn't. Really
What you're seeing right there, Lee, is pretty much what she does.
That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah. She says
She doesn't have an OnlyFans or anything.
That's all you have to do.
Oh, hold on. Hello. What's this? Hello. Oh.
I heard, Lee, that you were pushing around in a little stroller when she was going for the father was going for the.
I might be one of those guys. You see those people that copy Instagram pages? I'm going to get that same bathing suit and copy everything she does, but in male form. And see.
There you are in the back, Lee. Look, you're doing a sit-up right there. Look at that guy.
There he is.
I might not have the same impact me in black tights doing that on the gym floor somehow.
Yeah, Lee, I want to see you do all these poses, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna recreate them.
Valentina will ask to marry you probably if you do that, you know. Oh my God.
Damn. Does she do soft porn or just this?
I think just
Dave,
this.
if you keep showing these images, I'm gonna go get some lotion here.
All right, where
This
can
is
guys get your
this is
Thermo
helping
One
my
product?
anxiety.
This is for the anxiety. Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Watch this Instagram when you have anxiety. Where can people get Thermo One?
Go ahead, Raj. You want to do it?
www.thermo1.com. You can check us out on Instagram at Thermo One. That's the number 1 fat burner. You can check our reviews out. Coming very soon to Amazon. We were on Amazon. Amazon has some new guidelines out for testing that we're in the process of getting done. But right now you can get it on www.thermo1.com.
Okay. Sounds great. Guys, hey, thanks for joining us and sharing those stories. It was real fun, and you're welcome back anytime because we love to hear the old stories.
It was an honor to meet both you gentlemen, man. You're legends, obviously. It's not every day you get to talk to guys like you. So thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you, Shawn. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, guys.
We're gonna
It's
wrap
good chatting to you all. I'll wait for when they bring out can you bring out a calming product for me, please?
Lee,
I'm going to work on that just for you, Lee.
I have one request. Please stay out of the hospital. No more trips to the hospital this week.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I blame you, Dave, for this transformation. 50 years old, getting in shape again. What am I doing?
You got to take more. You got to take some Somalize.
The pressure.
Are you taking the Somalize at night? Did we send you any?
I haven't got it yet. The product hasn't turned up yet still.
You still didn't get that product that they didn't deliver?
I was meant to come on Monday. So they're stressing me out again. Jesus Christ.
I thought, what happened? How come it wasn't delivered?
I even left a note on the door. If I'm not home, please leave.
You have to sign for it, probably.
Yeah. You'd have to call them up again. I don't know.
You better get that product. You know how much shipping we spent on that thing? You better get that product. Start stressing.
Thousands. Probably thousands.
No trips to the hospital. All right, we got to wrap it up. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest for another edition of Iron Rage. We'll see you next week.
Take care, fellas. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
Take
you.
care. Appreciate
you.
you.